Lightning Web Component recipes are very useful and simple, but I want to take a closer look at some of them. First is Apex Static Schema Component. If you import references to objects and fields, Salesforce verifies that the objects and fields exist and prevents objects and fields from being deleted. Importing references to objects and fields ensures that your code works even when object and field names change. So you allow Salesforce to protect your code. This is the key. The component accesses getSingleContact method on contact controller class. We have 3 contact standard fields and getters to show values in HTML template. Let's open this component in local server. Works. Check out the docs. Next is Record Edit Form Dynamic Contact Component. In meta.xml file, we target record page and define which objects the component is supported for. To access onSuccess event in Lightning record form, first attach it to the form. In JS file we have record ID and object API name automatically from contact record page. In handleSuccess method we part the event from record form. Let's add this component to the contact record page and save without editing the current values. Save. Fields, ID and so on. Next is composition with AppBuilder component. How we can specify a public property of a Lightning Web component that can be set in a Lightning App Builder, App Manager, Lightning Flow Builder or Community Builder, and later the admin can set their values adding the component on the Lightning page. The meta.xml file defines the metadata values for the component, including targets and the design configuration for the Lightning App Builder and Experience Builder. So in property we can specify a public property of a component that can be set in a Lightning App Builder by admin. After that, we need to define the property in the component JavaScript class using the API decorator. Let's add the component to the Sales App homepage. On the right side section you can see the fields of this component. The admin can set new predefined values now in App Builder. Save. We have new predefined values. Next, custom permissions and missed permission-based UI component. Very useful feature, by the way. You can add basically any permission to the Lightning Web component. For example, general user permission, or custom permission. All of them return true or false when added to LWC, depends on if they activated for the given user or not. It is useful to make some buttons disabled or some elements visible, etc. So I already created the custom permission. Let's add it to the admin profile because I log in as an admin now. We must add this permission to the component.js file. Remember, the value is true or false. Let's add this component to the Sales app home page. The permission set is assigned. Let's open the console to check one more time. The value is true. Next, nav to new record with default component. In HTML template, the button calls the method. Encode default field values encodes default field values from JavaScript object into a serialized string. Decode default field values decodes default field values from a serialized string into the standard object. Apply the navigation mixin to the component class to gain access to its APIs. The navigation mixin adds two APIs to your component class, navigate and generate URL. We want to navigate to contact object with encoded default values. Let's add this component to the Sales app home page. The button opens the modal to create new contact with predefined values. Next is Edit Record Screen Action component. This is a screen action component. A screen quick action appears in the modal window. A headless quick action executes custom code in Lighten Web component. Unlike a screen action, a headless action doesn't open a modal window. Headless action works with invoke method. So in HTML file we have quick action modal panel with two input fields with data attributes to pass information when button is clicked, and two buttons cancel and save which call relevant methods. In JS file we have toast event, close action event for cancel method, get records, update record, and three contact fields from Salesforce schema. Also we have record ID and object API name provided by record page. We use wire to get records value and getters for first and last names. In handle_save method, we create fields object with records ID values and values from data attributes and try to update the record. Create new action for contact object. New action. Select Lightning Web Component. Any label. Save. Add action to the contact page layout under Mobile and Lightning Actions. Save. Now we can see quick action on the page. Click it. It works. Also remember that to get information about current user, use the Salesforce/user scope module. In a Salesforce DX project, static resources live in the force-app/main/default/static resources directory. If you do not have a custom namespace, use default namespace C to access components. That's it.